How y'all doing? I had started this YouTube channel last year. Just trying to, cause on my social medias, I was educating a lot of people, about politics and just speaking a lot of things that's going on in the world today, and people begin to reach out to me, and ultimately all led to me in becoming a life coach, relationship coach, and I thank God for that blessing that He put in my life to have the wisdom, because the wisdom that I have. Wisdom is only from the heavens. You can't go to Harvard and get wisdom. You can't go to no school in the world and get wisdom. Wisdom only comes from God. So I thank God He gave me the wisdom to do the things that I do and to understand the things that I do on the magnitude that I do. But by me being a life coach and a relationship coach, stuff began to pour in, and I got a little busy, so I kind of fell back from the YouTube channel. But I've been getting encouraged to revamp it, because there's a lot of things I speak with about different people when I'm out and about, and they ask me everybody, a life coach and relationship coach is not for everybody, you know what I'm saying? But for some people, do you have a channel, or do you have a social media? Which I do have a social media, which is listed below. You can go there and get daily devotion, go there and get a lot of knowledge. And I'm about to revamp this channel, and I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know if I'm going to do a video a day, or, because like I said, I'm spiritual. I'm all about Christ, so I like God to order my steps and direct my path. But what I'm speaking about today is, the police shooting that's going on in the black community, or just all in general. I can remember back, coming up when I came up in a 2-parent home. And, if my father would have heard or got wind, or it would have got back to him. My daddy worked at the plant, so he wasn't really around a lot. Well, he was around, I'm saying he was in the house every day, but I'm saying if you're familiar with the plant, what I'm saying, when people in the plant, a lot of people in the South, well, all over the country work in the plant, but where I'm from, in Louisiana, the plants loses an 8 to 10 hour or 12 hour even shift. So when you get home, you really don't have a lot of time to spend with your family. You want to get in the tub, take a bath, eat, and just relax for your next day of work. However, if my dad would ever got wind that a police pulled me over, or whatever the situation may be, and I was getting eerie and trying to run or resist him, I'd have been in a world of trouble. And like I say, I'm saying that for a reason. Because at this point, we can keep cutting the leaves and the branches off this tree. But if we don't deal with the root of this issue, it's not only going to remain, it's going to get worse. And it's going to get so bad to where some people not even going to want to start being police no more. Right? And we need police. And this coming from a guy who was once, living that street life. We need police. Let's be honest about it. That's just, we're going to be honest about it. We need police, right? So, like I said, I'm 33. I'll be 33 later on this year. Like I said, I had a lot of run-in with the laws in my past, before I, begin to get my life together with Christ. And, I got tattoos everywhere on my body. Like I said, you go to my YouTube, you go to my Instagram, my Facebook, you can see the person who I was just over the years. But the thing about it is, like I say, just the way I look and just the thing that's on my record, when police pull me over, it's already, and listen, we have to be honest. We can't play this game where everybody's treated. When police pull me over and they go back, and not just looking at me, but go back to the car and see some of the things that I was charged with my past, like, it's probably red flag. Like, this guy could be, a dangerous person. So, out of all my life and all the run-ins I had with the police, I've only had 2 bad experiences. One of those with a Caucasian, one of those with a black. And it wasn't anything physical. It was just a situation where they just could have let me make it, but they just was on some, they had an attitude that day with me for whatever reason. But I was still able to get out of that situation with my life because I got a brain, right? So let's just play a game, right? Let's just say, for instance, we just gonna say, for instance, that we didn't see what's going on in the news, and we don't know, it's not no cops and black issue going on, it's just, regular life. Let's just say that for the sake of argument, right? When police pull you over, just that they're an authority, you should listen to what they have to say. Listen, you can play that game. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't ask them what they pull you over for. When a cop pull you over, this is exactly what you need to do. When they pull you over, this is what you need to do. Lose it for me. When they pull me over, they let me know they pull me over. But just hypothetically speaking, what'd you put me over for, officer? I pulled you over so give me your license and registration. At that point, give him your license and registration. Don't argue with him about what you pulled me over for. I ain't doing nothing. And if you in a position where you caused him to pull you over, like the brother in Minnesota, and I'm gonna speak on that real fast. The young man in Minnesota, what his name was, Dante Wright. He was pulled over by the police. The reason why they pulled him over was because he had bad tags, right? Once they pulled him over for the bad tag and ran his name, he had a warrant for armed robbery, attempt armed robbery. Be clear, attempt armed robbery. So now, by you being a black man or whatever, man, because he's a light-skinned brother, you know what I'm saying. So, but whatever the situation is, like, you a person, you buy him a bad tag, which is why the police pulled you over. Strike one. Strike number two, you got a warrant for your arrest for attempted robbery. Okay, so now it's 3 cops on the scene and tempers flare, you resisting, you run, you do all this as if you don't have bad tags. For me, if I was in this situation and I had bad tags, whether I knew it or not, once the people put me over and let me know, I know I got a warrant out on me because I know what I'm charged with. He knew that. That's what he knew. He might have didn't know his tags was bad, right? Let's just say for the sake of me, he didn't know his tags was bad, right? But when the police pull me over, man, I heard Jesus say it in one of his songs one time. So I talked to him the right way. So he told me slow it down and have a nice day. I'm going to talk to him in the right way. I'm not going to be resisting, trying to run, because I understand that worst case scenario, I got to make it to the cell. But I got to keep my life. And like I said, remember what I said before I started this. Let's just say for sake of argument that we didn't see what's going on with police and blacks in the news, or with police and with police and civilians in the news. But after you see what's going on, you still gonna run from the police. You still gonna resist. So what am I saying? Am I saying that these dudes supposed to get killed and shot and killed? No. Nobody deserves to get shot and killed. But in life, we have to be honest. That's why, see this channel, and that's another thing about this channel. That's why I don't have the cameras and all that set up, and I might never get it set up like that, because this is not a show. This is not, if you don't like dealing with the truth, and you don't like looking at the man in the mirror, dealing with your issues to make your life better, this channel not for you. This ain't a channel where I'm gonna tell you, well, it's okay that you didn't. Listen, this is a channel where we take full accountability for our actions, and we do what we need to do to change that. This is a solutions-based, solutions-oriented channel. We don't focus on the problem, we focus on the solution. Right? So that's why I'm not caught up in the looks and everything, because this is a show that's gonna make you get tough skin. This is a show that's gonna make I want results to come out of your life out of this show. That's my only aim. I want results. I want you to have a better life. And the thing about that is this: pro-truth, pro-Christ channel. Telling you that now. So if you're not pro-truth, pro-Christ, this not the channel for you. And I respect that if you watch this video or whatever, I respect you, I love you, and God bless you. But then you got the young man in Chicago, 13-year-old kid. It is so heartbreaking and saddening. They got this young man, he's walking with a dog, and they letting off shots. The Adam Toledo, I think his name was Adam Toledo in Chicago, he's 13. Then they flee. The cops eventually catch up with the dog, got him in handcuffs, and go after the 13-year-old. And I don't know if the dog gave the 13-year-old a gun or what the situation was, but he's a 13-year-old. He panicked and he probably didn't know what to do, so he just dropped the gun. But we have to see both sides of this, man. So sad that the child lost his life, and I'm so sorry for his family. My prayers go out to them. But this cop understand what's going on. Then that was in Chicago, a city where dudes not only kill, black dudes kill each other like flies, they rap and brag about it. Right? So you got these people looking at the news. They know what's going on. They know these black people don't like them. They looking at these rappers, and they looking at these other black dudes and how they kill each other just so they scared. When they see a black man with a gun, they know he mean business. If he'll kill somebody that look like him, he for sure kill me. So I got to make it home to my wife. I'm coming from the police standpoint now. I have to make it home to my wife and my children. So just seeing him with that gun in his hand, was the 13-year-old was really tall, and I don't know what I'm supposed. I got a gun. I'm telling him to stop. When I tell him to stop, I see a gun. He drop it, but I don't know if he about to pull it. I don't know. I have to make. This is a split-second situation, right? And he shot the young man, and it's so sad. Like I said, in the Dante Wright situation, the lady said that she mistakenly had the taser for the gun. She got charged. She got charged for murder. Now, this is what I will say. She was on the police force for 20 years. She was on the police force for 20 years. This wasn't no rookie. A taser and a gun is two different weights. Should I feel like she be in jail for murder in life? No, I don't. I feel like she made a mistake, which we all make mistakes, but we have to pay for those mistakes. And so her being charged, I do agree that she should have been charged. But the thing about it is this, and that's going back to what I'm saying about the leaves and the branches. Her being charged, these settlements that they give to the family when the person is gone, that's the leaves and the branches that we keep cutting off. And okay, well, we gave you the 100 million, we gave you $1 million, your kid gone. This lady might get charged, but Dante Wright is still dead. It's a child that's going to be raised into the world that doesn't have a father, and he's going to have to relive that because, we're in a social media generation where everything on camera. So in the future, he's going to have to see his father get killed on tape. This is going to be a tragedy for life for this young man, not to mention the family. And that's the root. That's the root. What are you teaching your children at home? Are you telling your children that they're oppressed by the cops and the cops are bad people? Or are we telling our children when the cops pull you over, listen, whether the cops in the right or wrong, do what he say so you can make it home. Worst case scenario, make it to a cell, but you'll have your life. Do they have racist cops that don't like black people and wouldn't mind shooting one of them? Yes, they do. But not all of them. Like I say, if that was the case, I'd be dead right now. Right? So we have to be honest. We have to be real with ourselves. We have to be real with our children and let everybody know what's going on so we can nip this in the bud. And the roots of this issue is the home. Most of these home goes back to what I said in the beginning of this video. If I'd have went home, my daddy would have heard that I was disrespecting authority of any magnitude, whether it be a teacher or police. And then you have some people like to say, well, police, police are authority figure. They're protect and serve. And if they're not, why you call them when you got an issue? You call police when you have an issue because you know they are an authority figure. So you need to teach your children to be respectful to authority. right? The situation, like I say, and you understand, most black kids these days are coming up in what? Single parent homes with mothers who is not equipped. Women are not equipped. God did not put them here to raise a man. Men need their mother just as much as they need their dad. Let me be clear. I don't want to make it like the mother's role is more important than the father's role. But in certain situations, the mother's role is important when it comes to nurturing. It's her job to nurture. It's not the father's job. Not the father can nurture and love his son or his daughter, but the nurturing effect is supposed to come more from the mother. And the discipline and structural standpoint is supposed to come more from the father. And this is not in home. I see it all the time. These women babyfy these boys. They babyfy these boys. They babyfy these boys. These boys don't have, these young men do not respect authority. They don't respect them. Half of these young men don't respect their mother. So you know they're not going to respect authority. And the number one issue with dating, like I say, which is that's something that I can speak in another video, but black ladies, black brothers, we have to stop reproducing and leaving these women with these children, single mothers, and also women, you have to take your accountabilities too. Stop caring before you marry. And if you do care before you marry and the relationship break up, because if a dude marry you, that means at least he loved you to the point. And sometimes marriages don't work. But I'm saying, stop just letting any random dude, ejaculating you and bring this child in the world, saying to yourself, yeah, I'm going to have assistance, or even you don't need assistance. Even you got money to take care of your kid and you don't need assistance. Because if you need assistance, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be in Section 8, which is a low-income housing unit, and just looking outside the window, the people that little boy going to end up looking up to, not to mention the rappers that he probably hearing, it's going to be stuff going to be hard already. But just hypothetically speaking, if you a successful woman and you just got all these, you just having kids, stop. Especially with these young men, because this is affecting a whole community. What you do in your household by bringing up a son and not teaching him authority, which is not really can be taught by a woman to a young man, is affecting everybody. Because now it's leading to riot, and this is just a domino effect. That's why I say we have to deal with the root, the riots and all that. That's another leaf and branch. We have to dig this tree out of the ground. And we have to preach to our children. I don't know how serious I can tell y'all this. Tell your children, your young and daughters, but for sure young men, listen, man. If you a young man and you listen to me, or whoever you a man, listen to me, man. When the cops pull you over, especially if you're a black man, and it's not about a race thing. See, that's the thing. People get it twisted about a race. It's not always racial. Listen, it's cultural. What do you mean it's cultural? Okay. Police officers, that's a white police officer. 9 times out of 10, he didn't come up in the hood around black people and know how they operate, because he Caucasian, he came around his people. So when he put up a black person over, if he never really had no personal relationship with a black person, all he know from a black person is that they're violent, they're impulsive, they rap about killing each other, they're dangerous, so I have to be on the alert. That's what they know. It's not about they see a black man, this automatic thing. It's just culture. But and you might say, well, why a white man? Because when they see the white boy, they see a white boy every day. They brother white, they cousin white. When they look at that white driver that they pulled over, that could be cousin, that could be my brother, and vice versa. Black people the same way. That's why I tell these black mothers, I tell my clients all the time, black single mothers, that they don't know what to do. Their son about to graduate high school. I say, listen, send him to the military so he can learn discipline. See the world, get paid for it. But if that's not what if you don't want to go to college, but the reason why I say this is because this why we don't really have nobody in these positions. If we would but we so quick to want to send our child to school to be and put all that pressure on our child so he can be the next LeBron James, or put all that pressure on him so he could be the next Michael Jordan, or we might see he might have said one little rap, so now we want to put one of a tiny rap career. These things are hard to accomplish when you can just send your son to school to be a judge. Send your son to school to be a lawyer. Send your son to school to be a doctor. Send your son to school to be a police officer. Because if we had more black police officers and we had more black judges, then we could have police officers the way they can deal with their own communities. People can go be a police officer and you can put them back in their own community where it would be more love because they would be dealing with people who look like them, right? So it would be a whole different ball game. Send your child to school to be a judge. So when he look at that little black boy that might have made one mistake, he not gonna throw the book at him because he look at that little black boy like that could be my son, that could be my brother, that could be my nephew, that could be my niece. So it's not always racist. It's just a cultural thing. When they look at you, they don't see nothing. You got all these white judges, and when they see a little black man, they don't have no compassion. I'm saying not all of them, but I'm saying some of them don't have no compassion. All they doing is going off the charge and what the charge can hold and how they feel with the evidence produced by the prosecutor, and they giving a whole bunch of time. And a lot of white people get a lot of time too, but while white people get a lot of more leniency, it's not that the judicial system was for them. It's because they're in those positions. They're the judges. They're the lawyers. They're the so you always get like I remember one time I got in a car accident. Talking about man, a drunk driver hit me. Drunk driver hit me. And I'm all over the place with this video. But if you watch this video on the whole, you're gonna get a lot out of it. And all my videos not gonna be as long because I want some people don't have They can't concentrate on one video, so I want to start this channel up because I want to put knowledge out there, and I want to change this world, not just in the black community as a whole. But the thing about it is, and it's just bad, man. And we're in a bad time right now. It's violent, and it's in a bad time, but like I say, the root of this issue is, man, we have to teach our kids, as youth, and for the people that's already grown like me, that's watching the news and the lies that the news like to produce. I hope all y'all go. I suggest all y'all go subscribe to Brandon Tatum channel because Brandon Tatum is an ex-police officer, and he always goes in these situations and he give you all the facts, documents. Documents, video, audio, and he produced the truth. So I respect him. I get a lot of understanding and knowledge from him in some of these situations. And him being from a police officer, he knows exactly, how these things work. But like I say, I'm about to end this video, man. But man, we gotta make a change, man. And like I say, man, we gotta start. We gotta change from the bottom up. We gotta start from the bottom up. We gotta get in these positions, man. We gotta get in these positions of power, judges and police, so we can be able to deal with each other, and perform the same nepotism that these other races perform. And not so much as for perform nepotism, just fairness. And the fairness comes from you looking at somebody saying it's just like it just any situation. I'm gonna give you a good example for people who might not understand a cultural situation. This to me, what I mean by culture. Say for instance, you got you in an interracial relationship, right? And you go to the interracial, you're a black man, you met like a white girl, or vice versa, however, whatever, and you go to a family reunion or whatever, or you go to a get together. You're not gonna feel comfortable. I've been there, done that. You're not gonna feel comfortable. Even if you're a people person like me, I'm a people person. I'm an extrovert, so I can get along with anybody, and I can get along with people. But I'm with my white girlfriend at a gathering with her family, all these white people. Now, listen. This is where the cultural thing come in. Listen to me. Let's say I'm dating a black woman, right? And I go to her get together. Now I'm going to start seeing stuff and I'm comfortable now. Because her mama might be like my mama. She got an uncle somewhere in her family that's crazy, just like I got a crazy uncle. She got You know, it's gonna be so many things that I'm gonna be able to see and relate to, because this is my race. And so now I'm more comfortable in this situation than I would be dating a white woman and her family gathering, because it's cultural. It's not racial. When I go there, it's not that I hate all white people. It's just I'm uncomfortable because these people are different than what I'm used to, accustomed to, because I'm black. Right? So like I say, man, that's what I want y'all to get out of this. But the main thing, man, black man, even if we didn't see what was going on in the news and the police, because I back the police. I back the police. I support the police. We need the police. And I understand that police are people, just like doctors are people. Preachers are all these, everybody that people. If they bleed, they are person and they not perfect. Yes, police are authority figures. I agree with that. And yes, they should be held at a higher standard. Yes, I agree with all that. And yes, we have to do the correct police reform so situations like that won't happen in Minnesota, where a woman that was on the police force for 20 years mistake the taser for a Glock. So this is going to have to be collective. This is not going to just be on one side. It's going to be a collective effort to make a change. Because if not, we just going to keep clipping the branches, and what's going to happen is the tree going to continue to get big, and eventually it's going to overtake everything. Because people are not going to want to be police anymore. It's going to cause no crime, and it's going to get all the way bad. So black man, when the police pull you over, all you do is act. If you want to ask him what they pull you over for, that's fine. But after that, comply with whatever he say. And if he taking it too far, make sure, listen to me, you get his badge number and you get his name. That way you can go to the police force and they can review the body cam footage. And if he did something that wasn't procedural or out of order, he gonna get his issue. Trust me, especially at this time. Trust me. But do not resist, buck, or run, because we don't know what can happen. You need to make it home to your family. In worst case scenario, make it to the jail cell, but at least you'll have your life. Parents, teach your children to respect any and all authority. You don't argue with the teacher. You don't argue with the principal. You don't argue with the police. Anybody that's an authority, you teach your children young to respect authority, right? And these broken homes in the black community, we have to stop. Because a broken home with no father in it leads to no discipline. I'm not speaking on the exception, I'm speaking on the rule. I understand that some women are extremists when it comes to disciplinary. I've seen it. But we're talking about the rule, not the exception. And the rule is majority of women in the black community babyfy these boys, don't teach them authority. Anytime somebody tell them something that their child did wrong, they get mad at the person instead of dealing with the child, which make the child grow up thinking he was always right when he wasn't. And police, if any police watch this video, I ask that you pray every day before you go to work. Pray every day before you go to work that you have a safe and blessed day on the job, and that God be with you, camped around you with his angels, and you will be okay. And people will work for people. Things will work better for you on your days of work. People that might have wanted to resist while you praying that prayer before you went to work, that angel will step in. That angel that you ask in prayer to guard you and camp around you everywhere that you go that day on your work. That's the same angel that'll go get that devil out of that young person that's ready to go crazy and buck and cause a situation. That angel is camped around you, or go get him and calm him down and make a situation that might have would have been on the news, but because you prayed that morning, it won't never see the news. That young man gonna go to jail if he peacefully. If he wrong, if not, he gonna go with a ticket. So y'all be blessed. I love y'all. I thank y'all for subscribing to my channel. If y'all not already, if you are, if you aren't, I ask that you do subscribe, like, comment, share. If it's something that you don't agree with, speak on it, and I'll try to get to your comment. If there's not too many, which is right now, I'm probably not going to have a lot of action because I'm just coming back, but I hope God bless my channel so a lot of people can see this and get something out of it. Because like I say, that's what this channel is all about. This channel is all about growth, self-accountability, and dealing with the problem. Dealing with this and trying to find a solution for the problem. Not focus on the problem, but focus on solution. This is a solution-based and solution-oriented channel. So God bless y'all. Y'all in my prayers. I want to thank y'all once again. I love you all, and God bless.